Alright, so this is a random collection of all the videos on my phone from... I don't actually know which year this is even from, it's on one of my old phones, but this is all the stuff that didn't make it into a real video. So this is obviously the first day on the plane. That's a piece of duct tape stuck to the corner of it, so I thought that was worth taking a video from. This can is like, it's aluminium, but it's a bottle, so I didn't know if I put it in the bottles or the cans. The speed limit's 50, and the speed limits seem kind of advisory in Japan, because we're doing 120 in the 50 zone, but like, all the traffic is doing 120. This is my friend Shige's car. You saw his car. I got the ETC card reader from him. This is some random, I think it was a Mexican restaurant, but I don't know, they were setting the plates on fire. And this guy just has a funny sticker on the back of his truck, which is funny because it's in English. This is like the ending from G1 GP. And that's Jake. You've seen Jake's in my videos in the second place position, and you pretty much, yeah, it's traditional to soak everyone with a cone of water because it's like 40 degrees there during the day.
This clutch is cooked. Not touching the pedal.
I don't think that needs talking over. That was just when the clutch let go in my car.
Rolling downhill though, so we're working.
Yeah, it would just sit there in gear idling because the clutch was like absolutely destroyed. It's just some dudes doing a cool Higashi run. This is a really fun track. And that's just some guy that was stuck, and he was stuck there for like 5 minutes, which is really funny because everyone was like still drifting around him and he was just sitting in his car. He kept trying to reverse, his wheels were spinning, but he wasn't getting anywhere. This is like Matsuri night, so the track on Matsuri night is open 24 hours. This is probably like, I don't know, 11:30 at night or midnight or something. I'm riding in Nick's car, and that's Paul driving in front of us, and then Rob is there chasing. Yeah, it gets pretty loose at night time normally, which is always fun, until everyone runs out of tyres and fuel. Yeah, this is North Course. It's the same North Course over the crest. This is like top of third. It's a pretty fast track, and yeah, it's always super fun getting close with everyone, especially at night time. It's a bit of a novelty driving in a racetrack at night time because you don't get to do it here really. It's also nice getting a break because it's like 35-40 degrees during the day, so it's nice to hang around at night time when it's not super hot. That's Rob's fake Chinese Takata seatbelt that you just pull and it unwinds no matter what. This is just some random... This is Nishi Short. I think my clutch was gone at this point, so I missed it, which is really disappointing, but this layout's always super fun because it always turns into like a really big drift train. That's EG in the pink car, which is now written off, and Rob's car. I drove Rob's 180 with the livery on it, one of my other videos. Here's our rental car. I just thought it was cool because you could push the button and the doors would open.
Oh, yes.
What's this? Yeah, the skid pan there. There's like a tap, and you can turn the tap on, and there's all the sprinklers hanging down on the cables, like above it, and it wets the skid pan for you. So like you just go down there whenever you want by yourself, turn the water on if you want to run it wet, or you can run it dry. I was just having some fun messing around. The LSD in this car is really good, so it makes it fun sort of stuffing around on slow speed in the wet like this. I just wish the handbrake on it worked better. I have to fix that one year because it just like does not lock properly. But it was good enough that I could do some like donuts. This is doing some reverse donuts because, yeah, it's a skid pan by yourself. What else are you going to do? More reverse donuts. I made this for something specific, this video. I forget what it was. I never used it. Yeah, I thought I'd have a go at doing like figure eights and stuff. If the handbrake worked better, it would be so much easier, but I don't know. This is the kind of thing that people say is impossible in a front-wheel drive car. You can't do slow, constant donuts or figure eights and stuff, but there it is. Does it fine. This isn't even like a good setup car for doing this, and it does it fine, so yeah, it works really nicely. The only thing you probably really need is a LSD. Open diff cars don't really tow themselves around like this very well. Yeah. One thing with the sprinklers is they don't wet all the way to the edges, but after you've done a few laps, your car sort of drags water around and wets the whole area evenly. Yeah, this is trying to do figure eights. Well, I don't know, maybe not trying, successfully kind of doing figure eights. This car's really stiff, which makes it hard to like weight shift and transition from one way to the other is a bit hard. It doesn't do it very fast, but it's still fun driving it. Keen to get back over there when I can. Skid pan, you don't need a helmet and stuff as well, which is nice. Bit of a novelty. my car gets really hot doing this because it's made for, it's like an old race car, so it doesn't really have a proper fan on it anymore. It's made for going fast, and when you do any of this slow stuff, it just like gets hot really quickly. Just a bit disappointing, but whatever. Yeah, this is just a friggin' awesome truck. I'm gonna keep talking over this and hope that YouTube doesn't take my video down for the music playing on the radio in the background. But like, you see some pretty crazy stuff on the truck, so this one's one of the like brighter ones. Yeah, it's got like super cool spinners and stuff on it. The whole thing's just sick to just see like cruising around. And like, it's a work truck, it's not a show thing. Like, that's just some dude doing his job. That's what his truck looks like. This is Joel, he's like from New Zealand. We'll drive with him a bit. He's a cool guy and he drives really well, but he was doing Tokyo course. So normally you stay on the inside of this corner, but we're standing out at the wall to egg him on to try and get near the wall. And yeah, we got pretty close. And I think eventually the bumper, oh, there's Jake doing Jake things. And eventually the bumper fell off and now Jake's holding the bumper. Yeah, I like how it throws the dirt everywhere once you drop the clutch and take off again. I don't even know what this is, it's just me driving around, revving my car for no reason. This is some of our, there's Dally, one of our friends, driving on North Course. There's Rob's car. Yeah, there's a, you know, I'll put the little box in the corner. There's a video of me trying to drive that car. It's like an ex-FD car, trying to drive that. Now, I didn't take this video, but it was on my phone in the Japan folder, so I figure it goes in here. I think EG took it. No idea what that was a video of. Another one of these ones. This is a really fun track. Pretty much all the tracks there are fun tracks. Yeah, this is where our pit was. That's like the main Minami track, and I think this is when D1 was on, maybe? And we'll stand at the top and watch it. We'll hear it at least, but I was working on my car. Yeah, this guy's cool. This is like a full drive Alto that he's taken the front drive shafts out of and he was drifting it, which is pretty sick. Yeah, that van on the right there with the funny number plate on it is some American dudes. And that's why it's got a weird number plate, like not a Japanese one. The guys driving it with some Americans, they were doing burnouts in the pits, they were doing donuts in the pits, and like, these guys are dickheads. And then, yeah, it's this S14 here. When they came on the track, they were doing this really weird, like, handbrake in the wrong direction, going really slow, and the whole thing was just a bit of a lame fest. So I videoed every single run he did, because it looked like he was going to end up in the wall, because he was, like, super dodgy, not holding the steering wheel, but he never crashed, so it was lame. This is bit of a drive in the mountains at night, obviously 100% legal. I sort of hate doing videoing this because it takes ages to blur out the track cars number plates and it's a pain in the ass, but you saw our Team Red Stage sticker on the dash there. You can go and like our Facebook page, I'll put a link in the description thing. But yeah, this is just a Sunday night or whatever, out for a cruise, which is pretty fun. Yeah, this is a really cool road. I wish we had roads like this here. It's so like super tight and the elevation changes on it are really crazy. Yeah, this is the same road. Luckily I didn't have to blur this bit because my phone blurred it for me. This is one of the sushi trains you're at. So normally when you order a specific thing, it just comes along the normal conveyor belt at the bottom, but this one had like a high-speed conveyor belt at the top that drops stuff straight to your table, which was pretty cool. And then it beeps at you.
Dump the sand in.
Yeah, we're driving along somewhere in traffic, and this thing looks like it drops the sand into the trucks, and I was like waiting for it to drop before the lights went green, but I don't know what they were doing. They were stuffing around, and then we didn't actually get to see the sand fall in the truck. But here's the video of the sand truck filling machine anyway. It's funny, there's so much like weird stuff in Japan. Like that brick building next to it's probably like an apartment, and then there's just like an industrial thing, and then next to that is like a normal house, and it's just like such a weird mix of stuff there half the time. It's really odd. But everyone seems to get along and it seems to work out.
I'd definitely put sand in trucks. Maybe have to have 2 trucks loaded up at once.
Yeah, I wanted to see if it just like dumped the sand or if it like a thing came down to pour it in slowly, but we never found out. It will remain a mystery. This isn't like some temple thing, that's EG. But there were just people taking million selfies, and this guy was modelling his girlfriend. It was funny, so we're videoing him. This is one picking Steve up. It's not as funny as I thought it was, but we locked all the doors because it was raining. But it wasn't actually raining that heavy, so it didn't really have the effect we were after. But we're like, haha, Steve's stuck outside the car getting rained on. Yeah, if it was raining heavier, it would have been better. That's another car we went out driving with, a popular Instagram drifter. I won't name any names, but if you follow the Sunday Mountain Run sort of style videos on Instagram, you might recognise the car. But Yeah, it was a cool night. This is at the train museum, and it was pretty cool because you could like go in the trains and touch them and stuff. Normally, like museums here, at least, like things are behind ropes because people break them. Whereas here, it was like super open. You could like look at everything and go inside them. And yeah, this is a really cool museum. It's pretty massive as well. Yeah, this is like a restaurant next to, like near the museum in a shopping centre, and there's like little train sets in the middle of the tables at the restaurant, which is cool. And there's like a few of them around, so you could see the little trains, and then all the food was like train themed as well. It's my somehow train themed burger, and Steve. Yeah, this is one of the like in a toy shop, but there's a hobby section upstairs. They have so many model cars, it's awesome. So I was pretty much just looking at all the Hondas here, but these are mainly second gen Preludes in this row. But the thing is, it's like they've got each trim level of each second gen Prelude, and yeah, this is pretty much the last day. I was like got to the city like an hour before my train, so I found a bowling alley and went bowling for like an hour till I waited for the train to the airport home, and the end.